My name is Matthew Helso. I'm a doctoral researcher here at the Laboratory of Hydraulics, Hydrology and Glaciology at ETH Zurich. In our lab, we study everything from river morphology to safe fish passage around dams to outflow from hydraulic structures. In my research, I study the failure of earthen embankment dams due to overtopping. In this experiment, we investigate the failure of a zone dam that contains two layers. The core layer contains clay, which makes it cohesive and therefore somewhat impermeable. This makes it reduce the seepage of water through the dam. Here you see the initial shell material. Next, we'll take the formwork from away from the core. Then we'll add more shell material to cover the core and build the remaining structure of the dam. The shell provides support to the core. Without the shell, the core wouldn't be able to stand up by itself. The shell also provides the majority of volume of the dam. The evolution of the dam is recorded by 4 cameras. 1 here, 2 there, and 1 there. A grid is projected onto the surface of the dam. The cameras can see this grid even through the water. The images from the cameras are used to create a series of computer-generated 3D models of the dam. The tent blocks outside light, so the only light comes from the projector. This allows for the best contrast in the images. The dam failure process begins with water overtopping the crest of the dam. This overtopping flow causes erosion of shell material from the downstream side of the dam, leading to formation of a breach channel. Continued erosion causes this breach channel to get deeper and deeper, and the sidewalls of this breach channel eventually become unstable, and they start to fall into the breach channel. This causes the breach to widen and leads to the core becoming increasingly exposed. The core so far seems unaffected by the overtopping flow. This is because the core material can resist erosion from this flow. However, the loss of shell material from downstream of the core leaves the core unsupported, and the pressures of water pressure and soil pressure from upstream eventually become too much for the core to handle. The core eventually breaks due to these pressures, and a huge rush of water can flow through the breach. This volume of water causes areas downstream to become inundated. We need to better understand the way in which different types of dams fail, so we can predict the extensive floodings in the case of the failure of real dams. We won't always make these assessments with physical models. Eventually, we will use numerical models to assess real dams and how they fail in ways that are more efficient than doing so with physical models.